Sometimes when I show people this syntax on a slide like this, they say, wow, that's really unintuitive. You know, that arrow is already there for calling a member function when I have a pointer to an object. Now I'm so confused. You know, we overload operators all the time in C++, and we're fine with it. You know, star sometimes means multiply and sometimes means dereference a pointer. When you see this in context with other code around it, you actually are going to find it pretty readable. Here is a lambda that returns something. It doesn't need to say that it returns something. It can just be deduced. So I have another vector, we'll call it v2, and I'm using an algorithm called transform. It goes through one vector and does something to another collection. So in this case, it goes from the beginning to the end of v and repeatedly calls back inserter on v2. Back inserter inserts items at the back of a collection. There is a front inserter for some collections, and this is simply a way to transform one collection into another. So here we're going to transform v into v2 by using this lambda. This lambda returns the value n that's at that element of the vector cubed. Because the lambda just has the one return statement, the compiler can figure out that it returns an integer. It knows the type of n times n times n, and so I don't need to specify it. We then just carry on with the same things you've seen before to print out the contents of v2. I'm already running, so let's just run down to here. And you can see we're printing out 0 cubed, 1 cubed, 2 cubed, 3 cubed, and so on, up to 9 cubed. That's easy enough. I didn't have to specify the return type. What if I do have to specify the return type? Here I have a vector of doubles, and so I'm going to be inserting, again with back inserter, into that vector. I obviously need to insert doubles now rather than integers, and the body of the lambda, which runs from here to here, there's quite a lot of braces, so let's be clear about this. The body of the lambda checks to see if n is even. If it is, I'm going to cube it. Otherwise, I'm going to divide it by 2.0. So 1 will become a half. Because I have two different return statements, and other as well, the if and all of that, I have to be clear and say this lambda returns a double. I think that's actually quite readable in that context. Let's just let it run. I'm just going to print them out in what's hopefully becoming a familiar approach. You can see that the odd numbers have been halved and the even numbers have been cubed as we go through from 0 to 9.